Okay, for the sake of time, I'm just going to get started. Everything that I'm saying, I'll also throw into the chat. And of course, I know some folks are going to be watching a recording of this as well, so it might not pertain to you, but still some important information. Thank you for being here, part of the Cristo Rey Network Virtual College Fair. Happy to have you and happy to have our presenters here for this very, very important topic about your future. A few things: if you're here with us live, your camera is off and you cannot use the chat feature and no one can hear you, but we know you're there. So if you have a question during this 45-minute session, please use that Q&A button that's either at the top or bottom of your screen. That Q&A button can be directed a question at one institution, or it can be a blanket question for all of them. So please feel free to use that Q&A at any time during this 45-minute session. There are no more sessions for today, but there will be more in the future, and they are always listed on our website. A recording of this will be at StriveScan and also be put on YouTube. And I will put those links in the chat as well. There's a lot of information to get through. Definitely not enough time to go through so many things that these amazing institutions have to offer. So we will get started right away. And with that said, we are going to start with Xavier University.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'll share my screen here. My name is Tim, not Kendall. You might see Kendall on the screen here as my name. I'm covering for Kendall today, which I'm excited about because I've been with Xavier for 7 or 8 years now on the admission side. I'm an admission rep based out of St. Louis, Missouri, and I work with folks largely from the Midwest. But it's great to be part of the greater Cristo Rey network here today to present to you. So we'll go through a little bit about Xavier and then some next steps as well. So hopefully you find this helpful today. As far as Xavier University goes, we are in Cincinnati, Ohio. So Cincinnati is really well located in terms of you get a lot of great opportunities regionally, where we're located in the Midwest, whereas Xavier University is located just a few miles north of downtown. And so you kind of get the best of both worlds. You get to be in your own space. You get to be on your own campus. We're a school of about 5,000 undergraduate students. So you get to know the people around you. You're really going to get to know your professors. They're going to get to know you as well. But then you combine the traditional campus experience with being able to hop downtown whenever you need. And if you've never been to Cincinnati, I'm a non-native myself, but I spent about 9 years between my undergrad and post-grad experience in Cincinnati. And I will say it's a wonderful city. As you see here on the screen, there's 7 Fortune 500 companies located right there in Cincinnati. So in terms of internships, in terms of job shadowing, all that great stuff, you're going to get all that right there in your backyard. And then based on where we're located too, there's 10 hospitals within a 15-minute radius of campus. Tons of great opportunities for research and job development, job hunting as well. One of the really special things about Xavier and something that pertains to our Cristo Rey network is we are the 4th oldest Jesuit university, 6th oldest Catholic university in the country, founded in 1831, almost 200 years old. So having that really strong mission and identity is something that we are really proud of. And so again, we tend to have students who come that are very mission driven. You'll meet people from all over the country. 49 of the 50 states are represented, 20 different faith backgrounds as well. And I love this stat: 40% of our students are the only ones to come from their high school. So truly, you're going to meet people from all different walks of life, and you'll all kind of be in the same boat. And then the final thing I will say, you get a lot of the great small school stuff at Xavier combined with, we're a D1 school. We're in the Big East Conference. A lot of folks know us for the basketball. But really across the board, you get to be at a place where not only, like I say, are you going to get these great personal relationships there at the university, you also get to be at a place that people know all over the country, and you get to be at a school that feels like you're still in a big school with all that those great opportunities. A couple great things here in terms of the academics. There's 90 majors and 60 minors that you can pursue at the university. And one of the great things is, for the Jesuits, we talk about this idea of cura personalis, that is, care for the whole person or care for the individual. What that looks like for us at Xavier is we have a student success team. So every student is going to get to work with an academic advisor, a student success coach to help you make sure you're successful during your time in college, a financial aid counselor, certainly, and then a career coach, like I say, to get ready to apply for those first job opportunities, apply for those internships while you're still in school. What that's led to for us is you see here at 98%, actually this last year's class, 99% job placement rate. So within 6 months of graduation, this last year's class, 99% of them within 6 months of graduation were pursuing great post-grad opportunities. They were working full-time. 2% of the 99% were doing a year of service after graduation. So in terms of not only a great place to have a wonderful undergrad academic college experience, but we're really going to set you up well to take that next step after you graduate. So certainly, I think having those opportunities where you're really going to work almost one-on-one with your professors, there's a 12-to-1 student to faculty ratio, and really you're going to feel like there's a wonderful network of support where everybody's in your corner. Just in terms of getting involved on campus, there's way too much here to talk through, but some great for folks watching online afterwards, some great links in terms of our study abroad, our immersion trips, our Jesuit mission and identity. And then you'll see some great stuff here as well. 170 plus clubs and organizations right there on campus. I always say, if you are looking for a place where you can feel connected to the people around you, invested in what's happening on your campus, feel like you have a sense of ownership of what's happening at your university, great leadership opportunities, Xavier is going to be an amazing place for you to be. It's the kind of place one of my former students who just graduated from Xavier said quite a bit while he was there. It's the kind of place you're going to know the people around you, but even more importantly, you will be known as well. And so for folks who are looking to have a unique college experience with all the great stuff, the small and the big, all in one, Xavier is going to be a great place to come in and have those opportunities. And I will say for anybody who's applying this year, December 1st is typically our deadline for applications, our priority deadline. We do a holistic review. We are test optional, and we also will take your super scores if you decide to submit your test scores as well. Primarily for your academic scholarship, as soon as you get admitted, you're going to find out what that looks like, and that's based heavily on your weighted GPA, as well as your test scores if you choose to apply. There are also competitive scholarships that you can be considered for, so long as you apply by the December 1st deadline. And especially for honors programs, for our nursing programs, that tend to be a little more competitive. Although we are a direct admit school, you need to make sure that you get your application in by December 1st as well. So again, great opportunity for folks watching back after this presentation for any sort of links or anything that you might see here. My final thing that I have to say for you, or to you, it's been great to spend this last 6 minutes with you. But again, my name's Tim. I'm a Xavier grad, and I've been working in the admission office for quite a while. And wherever you are located in the country, or if you're watching this abroad, you're going to have a great admission representative who is there. We're all here to work with you to help you find that right fit, and certainly we hope that right fit is Xavier. So really look forward to working with you. I'm going to put my information in the chat, as well as a link for the general Xavier undergrad admission link as well. So thank you guys so much. Thanks for being here today.
All right. Thank you. Next up, we have University of Dayton.
Yep. Thanks, Christy. Give me just a moment to share my screen. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Seth Jones, and I'm an admission counselor here at the University of Dayton. Essentially, I want to welcome everyone to the neighborhood here. Here at the University of Dayton, we are the university for the common good. You will hear community a lot in our presentation. You will hear community a lot on campus. It is very important for our university to really make sure that we strive to make sure that every single student is seen in our communities. It's very big, very corny, but it really is there. We are a Catholic Marianist institution. We are one of 3 Catholic Marianist institutions in the United States. We want to make sure that we really have a lot of opportunities for our students to practice at the University of Dayton. We have 36 different religious organizations for student clubs that are based in religion, and a lot of great other opportunities on campus, including our campus ministry. Really wanted to kind of talk a little bit about our identity here at UD, and definitely our growing undergraduate representation here on campus. About 7 years ago, in the fall of 2016, our percentage for multi-ethnic students was 11%. We're currently now at 21%, so really almost doubled that percentage as well. We have over 200 different veteran students and affiliations, as well as 15% self-identified plus, and great inclusive support that you can find on campus, including our Office of Diversity and Inclusion, as well as our multi-ethnic education and engagement center. A lot of great opportunities on campus. For about 8,500 undergraduate students with about a little under 12,000 total enrollment. We have 12 doctorate programs on campus, as well as our law school and some grad programs as well. 48 states represented, and we have almost 300 international students from almost 40 countries. We really do bring a lot of students from really all over the country. So it's really about 50% of our students are in-state versus out-of-state. It's a really good percentage in terms of you'll get to meet students from really all over the country. We have over 80 different majors, over 100 different minors, 50 different certificates, and our 4 academic units on campus. About 50% of our incoming first-year students will in that College of Arts and Sciences, with great opportunities for students who want to practice engineering, business, or education and health sciences. Our graduation rate is about 81%, with that success rate of 98%. Very similar to as Xavier mentioned. So that success rate, 98% within 6 months of graduation, students who are employed, pursuing secondary higher education, or getting involved in different service opportunities. We have 250 different student organizations, 17 different Division I athletic teams on campus, top 25 for best campus food, for best college dorms. About 80% of our students still on campus all 4 years. We find that this is very unique to the University of Dayton, that we actually own 450 houses, student houses in our University of Dayton student neighborhood. So a lot of students, again, will live in community, but live very closely with each other. So really, really great opportunity. Also keeps our students very safe on campus. We're going to do a complete overview of the application, so review all of your application materials. About 60% of our students decided to go test optional this past year, and these are total applicants, not just students who applied to the University of Dayton. So we had over 15,000 applications last year. Over 60% of those students decided to go test optional. Students, you can be considered from anywhere from $17,000 to $31,000 in merit scholarships for each year for up to 4 years. We're going to have no hidden fees and textbook scholarship as long as you file the FAFSA. We're going to be a little lenient on that February 1st date, and then if you visit campus and take and submit that FAFSA. So really just anytime during that senior year, we're looking to visit, and you'll receive a $500 a semester textbook scholarship. You can apply to the University of Dayton either through the Common App or through our website. We are a free application. We are a test option, as I mentioned. Knowing that for our seniors, the FAFSA is going to be a little wonky this year, we kind of have made sure to separate those dates a little bit. But our early action deadline is going to be November 1st. Really, that November 1st deadline, which is non-binding, will make sure that students are on that great step to make sure that they'll get all their decisions and all their information really by February in terms of admission, program admission, and financial aid as well. For students interested in nursing, that hard deadline is November 1st. So apply by November 1st for the nursing program. And then make sure as long as you can file your FAFSA when it opens, and hopefully late December, potentially early January, you should be able to receive your financial aid offer by late February. So we really look forward to seeing all of our students' credit applications and making sure that we can get the best financial aid offer possible. Really want you guys to apply to the University of Dayton. We would love to see your application. I'll drop some information in our chat. Actually, we'll drop a document, but really looking forward to seeing how you guys' application.
Okay, thank you. Next up is the Ohio State University.
Okay. All right. Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kareem Todd, and I serve as the Associate Director here at The Ohio State University. One of the things I always love to add when I start is just a background about myself. I am an alum of Ohio State. I actually received a full scholarship from one of the programs that I will mention here. So definitely a great experience for me. We have 600,000 living alumni currently across the world. So definitely a big network here at The Ohio State University. So a little in a nutshell, of course, we have 200 plus majors, 1,400 student organizations, and we have over 200 study abroad programs. So my thought is, as we talk today, what does that mean for you? Where you're going to focus on being a student here at Ohio State? And so we think you'll see there are very things that make us unique as a university and things that benefit and distinguish our students from the rest. But at Ohio State, you'll be surrounded by some of the most talented minds. So when we are vetting faculty, and I love talking about this, when we're looking and we're hiring faculty, we actually hire faculty from across the world. So not only are you getting the theoretical aspect of the coursework, you're actually getting real live experiential learning experience. So people who are actually in the field. The advantage of a school like Ohio State is that we have resources and programs to help take your education much further. So at Ohio State, we understand not every student knows what they would like to study. We have a very robust academic services program. So we've increased our academic advisors to ensure students have an idea of what they would like and how they would like to approach their education. One of the things we hold our hat on is being involved on campus. It helps you create a sense of community, give back and build leadership skills, and so much more. So engagement opportunities like our second year transformation program is for students who are moving from their first year to their second year. It allows you to work directly with the faculty member on a proposal or a grant that's applied directly to our experiential learning programs. Another way you'll find your passion is by living on our campuses. Our residence halls, where you will live in your first and second years, will allow you to create your Buckeye community. So we do require students to be on campus for their first few years. But the great piece about that is we have programs such as our Honors and Scholars programs, which allows you to get designated courses in a smaller class format. So we do have an 18-to-1 student to faculty ratio. With our honors program, it's 10-to-1 student to faculty ratio. And then we have research grants and community service grants that are tied to our honors and scholars programs. So we are on Common App. We generally receive over 76,000 applications, and enroll first year class is usually around 8,000 students. So to get there, we use a competitive admissions process, and we use a holistic review to build our first year class. So when we're taking a look at qualification versus the competitiveness, we're looking at a few things. We're looking at the academic rigor of the student. Of course, we're looking at your transcript, advanced placement courses. For students who are in the state of Ohio, College Credit Plus, on a plethora of other things. Now, we are considered test optional for this year and next year, so you can choose or not choose to submit your test score. We're also heavily weighted on our essay. So those non-academic factors we're looking at is, do you have leadership skills? What does that diversity and inclusion piece look like? Volunteerism, all those intangible things that shows up on your application that's outside of the academic piece of it. And that's stated the early application deadline for the Columbus campus here at Ohio State is November 1st. Although submitting tests is optional for this year, applicants will receive full consideration in the admissions process and in review for scholarships, direct enrollment. I mentioned Honors and Scholars, and we have our Moral Scholarship program that is available to students in which you will receive a full scholarship if that essay is approved. The November 1st deadline is also our strict merit-based scholarship deadline. So if you do apply prior to November 1st, you will be automatically considered for merit-based scholarships. And at the end of the day, I know there's a lot of questions. I crammed in a 45-minute presentation in 6 minutes, but we are here for you. If you have any questions, you can contact our admissions office at Ask a Buckeye, our student financial aid office, because there's been changes to financial aid. Or if you want to check out more virtual events and tours at Ohio State, go to go.osu.edu/future Buckeye. And go Bucks.
Thank you very much. Next up, we have Stony Brook University.
Sorry, y'all, just give me 1 second. All right, well, hi guys, my name is Evelise Colon and I am from Stony Brook University. I am primarily the counselor for the West Coast, but I am a born and bred New Yorker. I did grab my master's degree out of Stony Brook, so I'm very excited to get you guys oriented. So Stony Brook University is part of the State University of New York system, or the SUNY system. We are the top state university system, along with Binghamton University, University of Buffalo, and SUNY Albany. We are about an hour and a half east of New York City on Long Island. So we are probably the closest city that the Cristo Rey network will probably hear from. Being on the island gives you access to the city with the regional rail stop on campus. So you can actually go in, hang out, have all the New York City has to offer, but still live in a really beautiful traditional suburban campus. We do have a 19-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which is kind of awesome for a school with about 18,000 undergrads. Classes tend to start a little bit bigger, but as you drill down, declare a major, declare a subspecialty, you really do get that one-on-one faculty experience. You do get that one-on-one mentorship exposure and internship opportunities through connecting with our awesome faculty on campus. We do have over 200 academic programs. That whole list will be listed on our website, which I will share in the chat after we're done. The top set of majors do come out of our College of Engineering and Applied Sciences, with comp sci probably being our most popular, but we are a pretty robust liberal arts institution with majors in the natural sciences, social sciences, humanities, global studies, as well as environmental studies on campus. In addition to that, we do have an awesome number of health science programs within the College of Health Professions, School of Nursing, School of Social Welfare, as well as the Renaissance College of Medicine and School of Dental Medicine right across the street from our main campus. So we do have a ton of opportunities for students looking to get into the health science professions in a number of different ways. In addition to that, we also have a number of study abroad options available to all of our students, and I highly encourage students to take advantage of that. Study abroad was definitely my personal favorite thing that I did as an undergrad, and I really do see that as a wonderful opportunity. Every student, once admitted, is given support from a number of different factors. First year advising, academic advising through your major, academic advising through your college, as well as just connecting with faculty and administrators on campus. We are here to provide every support that any student could ever possibly need to really survive, to really thrive on campus and really pursue their interests, whatever that may take them. We are a D1 athletic institution. We do have 18 D1 athletic programs as part of the Colonial Athletic League. So we do have that really awesome athletic opportunity and that culture available on campus that really provides to an added vibrant community. Housing is guaranteed all 4 years for all of our students. If you choose to live so, it's not required. It is highly recommended. It really does create a completely different experience for all of our students living on campus. Our general application is due January 15th. I believe Stony will be starting a free application week starting on Monday. That's available to any student, regardless of where they're coming from. They can use the Stony app or the Common app to apply to 5 Stonys free of charge. That'll be running from October 16th all the way through October 29th. I really encourage you guys to utilize that. It is a great way to get a bunch of apps in, on, and out of the way to a really fascinating institution. All decisions will be released by April 1st with the May 1st deposit deadline. The app is very straightforward. All we need is your essay, your transcript all the way through your junior year, and 1 letter of recommendation. We are test option for this year, and it does not diminish or impact your application whatsoever if you choose not to send your SAT scores. We do read the entire application. This is the total cost of attendance for all of our students. I do want to encourage students to really take a look at that and note that nobody I know pays $48,000 to go to Stony Brook. Honestly, we do provide merit-based scholarships towards the cost of your tuition, and then anything else that would be eligible for would be coming out of the FAFSA. So this is one of my favorite things to say is that 94% of our students that graduate in 4 years and are out working in the fields that they have been studying the entire time. They're not graduating and working at Starbucks unless that is truly their goal and profession in life. Otherwise, they really are going out and working immediately in their fields, or they're going on to grad school or long-term study. So like many of my colleagues on this chat, I know we did shove a lot of information at you guys in 5 minutes. Please, if you have any other questions, please feel free to shoot us an email or give us a call on campus. We'd love to answer those questions. And I'll be putting all that information in the chat as well. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have Moyne College.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kwesi Abois. I am a Moyne alum and admission counselor at Moyne. And once upon a time, I was a Jesuit volunteer at Cristo Rey, Chicago, and Pilsen. So very happy to be here. About our college, Moyne is a small Jesuit liberal arts school in the beautiful city of Syracuse, New York, with about 2,600 students. We are a small and intentional community of scholarship and development happening here. Being a Jesuit school, there is a strong emphasis on our campus of being people for and with others and educating the whole person. So that would be service and academic excellence. We are the youngest of the 27 Jesuit colleges in the United States and one of 190 worldwide. When thinking about academics, our 3 schools at Moyne College include the College of Arts and Sciences, the Purcell School of Professional Studies, and the AACSB accredited Madden College of Business and Economics. All of our students are required to complete at least 1 internship during their time here at the college. Our business students are required to complete at least 2, all lending itself to the philosophy of educating the whole person. We're a 4-year residential campus with a lot of activity happening here. We just won Division I in the spring of last year, so that's some very exciting news on our campus here. There are over 80 clubs and organizations also present at Moyne, and many opportunities on the campus for students to connect and to grow. Upon acceptance to the college, all of our students are offered merit scholarship anywhere between $5,000 and $25,000 a year, along with our Promise Scholarship, which is an additional $3,000 each year for the 4 years that a student is here. We're test optional for all of our programs. If you take the SATs, the ACTs, and you do well, we do encourage you to submit it. However, it does not hurt your application if you choose not to submit or anything like that. We have a placement rate of about 96% for our graduates within the first 6 months of graduating. Our outcomes at the college are well above national averages across all of our disciplines because of our intentional approach to education, inspired by our Jesuit foundation and nurtured by our beautiful Moyne community. You can apply via the Common App or directly through our website. I do encourage you to check us out and reach out with any questions should you have any. As always, it's a pleasure to be with you all this afternoon, and I'm going to turn it back over to our facilitator.
All right, thank you. So if I could have everyone turn their camera on, we're going to go in the same order that you presented. Just give me a second. I'm going to share my screen. There we go. Okay, starting with Xavier, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
Yeah, so my general advice in this regard is, as best you can, try to have fun. Sorry, my wife's walking right above me, so you might hear some creaks. I'm in my basement on a Saturday afternoon. But my general advice is to have fun with this process. You know, the reason why all of us work for our respective institutions is because, you know, we didn't sign up for this job to try to deny people, you know, from our universities. Really, our role is because, you know, is to help you find your right fit. And so, you know, it's a 1A, 1B. 1A is we are all in this role because it's a really fun job, right? We want to engage with you in this process, right? We want to, you know, obviously for me, if you're interested in Xavier, I want to help you, you know, access these resources that we have here at the university to help you figure out if this is the right place for you. And eventually, obviously, if it is your place, I'm excited to welcome you in. 1B to that is because we are here to help, please utilize your resources, right? You know, and think of all of us as great resources for you in this process. And I think a part of that piece of it being fun is the more that you engage in the process, the more fun you will have. You know, the less that you engage in this process, you know, it can be a little overwhelming. And especially when you get to senior year and you're not exactly sure what direction, you know, this whole thing could go for you. Never be too afraid to reach out, right, to connect. And I think that'll help you really feel like there's some sense of ownership and a sense of fun in the process.
I have 2 points very quickly. One, stay on top of the university deadlines, especially those early action deadlines. Get as much as you can get done, especially in your senior year, first semester, because second semester is going to be there's going to be prom, There's going to be all the different finals. There's going to be graduation. There's going to be grad parties that everybody wants to go to. Make sure to stay on top of those deadlines. Also, it can get us like as much information to you as possible. In addition, FSA ID, so for seniors, even though the FAFSA is not available yet, you can go in and create an FSA ID on fsa.gov. So that can save you a little bit of time. Second is have fun and be very strategic with your visits. So I would say, for example, and I will speak openly, one school that I considered even though I attended UD, was Indiana University, IU. I also am a big Indiana Pacers fan. So took a Friday visit to IU. Me and my mom just drove down to Indianapolis, made a day of it, went to a Pacers game that night. Have fun with your visit process. Make sure that you're attending institution or visiting institutions that you truly are interested in. But if there's a fun place in there, go check it out.
All right, so I got a few things. One, and I think Kendall said, have fun through the process. I think it's very important. The other piece is when you're doing research or any college or university outside of a name, definitely visit the college or university. Make sure it's compared to your learning modality. So if you're an online learner, understand if they have online courses. If you're in a classroom, smaller class sizes, or if you like the big environment, get those priorities, I think should line up in anything that you're doing. Also, when you're completing the application, most of us have a holistic review process. Take some time through your essay. Even though, we're looking at grades, I think we also look at the authenticity of your essay. Be you in that essay. I know for me, when I read about 500 to 600 applications every year, and I know if that student did not write that application. So make sure that you show up in the application and be yourself. I think that's really important. And the last one is don't use your school email, use your personal email for communication, because when you graduate, you're not going to get any of that information. So to stay on top of deadlines, as Seth said, use the email that you check regularly to ensure that you're staying on top of any deadlines or any additional information the university may need.
Yeah, I think a lot of my colleagues ahead of me said a lot of the things I would want to say. I think one thing you should take into consideration is ask questions. That's what we're here for. That's what we get paid to do, is answer questions. Don't worry about if you don't know what you want to ask, if you're having a hard time trying to formulate the question. Start a conversation with us. We are here to help you walk through this entire process. A lot of us went to the schools that we represent. Some of us went to schools that we didn't represent. Some of us have a wealth of information from just being in this industry for so long. And we are willing to sit and have that conversation with you guys, whether it's at a private visit at your high school, whether it's at a big college fair. There's going to be one of us that you're going to connect with. Find that person, get everything that you really need to get to really feel like you have the most information, have the best tools possible to make this decision, so that you don't feel like you're rushing the decision at the end of the day. You don't feel like, you're making the decision because that's where your mom, your dad, your teacher, your friends are going to. It's your decision. And by doing so, start with us. That's literally what we're all here for. The other thing is that it is a lot. Take your time. Don't feel like you're overwhelmed every single day. Sit and really take the time to decompress, take the time to walk through everything that you picked up at a fair, at a visit, from your counselor, from your teacher, from your friends, and really sit with it with yourself. At the end of the day, this is your life. You're going to go to the school of your choice. You're going to graduate from that school. You're going to make friends that are your own experiences, and you have to be okay with making that decision. I guess those are the two kind of a little bit heavy pieces of information I have to offer you guys.
All right. Yeah, a lot of great advice that's been given, everybody. I will say that if you're looking at the screen, you have 5 wonderful institutions being represented here today. And no pressure, but when you're looking at colleges, you come to understand that you have so many options available to you. And so my advice to you all as prospective students at any institution is to really take some time and figure out what's going on inside, right? What are the things that are important to you? Small school, large school, what kind of learning styles do you have? How close or far do you want to be from home? How ready do you feel for certain adventures? And I think that as long as you do that, spend some time inside first, any choice that you make can't be the wrong choice as long as you made it intentionally. So really do take some time, spend some time with yourselves, journal, and ask the questions of the representatives of the places that you do find yourself interested in, as has been said, right? Because once you do get to that point, we have some answers and are ready to have those conversations as well.
All right. So we have time for one more question. It's my favorite question. It's where I get to learn the most about your institution and what you think makes it so special. And some of these are funny and cool, and some of them are just, really interesting and factual. So same order. What's one thing you want students to remember about your school? Starting with Xavier.
Yeah, that's an awesome question. There's a lot that I really, really want you to know about. Again, that's why we do what we do, to answer those questions. I think the big one, I've done this a while, that I typically share with students is Xavier's all about the intangibles. So for me, the biggest intangible that sets our school apart is really rooted in, I mentioned current personalis earlier, which we say care for the individual, but really it's the relationships that you're going to find there. That's, pretty cheesy, but that's also why I do what I do. Is I love my alma mater. And this is very well said by our one of our former presidents at the university. He was a Jesuit priest and was at Xavier from like 1984 to 2021. He told every single one of our incoming students when they were coming in as first year students that first day, he would say, at Xavier University, there are more good people than you will ever possibly get to know in just 4 years' time. And I started at Xavier as a freshman in 2010. I heard it then from him, and heard it a lot of years since. And that statement gets truer and truer every year that I'm around the place. It's just a great place, wonderful people, a lot of different types of people, but at the end of the day, what connects all of us is we're all in it together. We're all supporting each other. So that's a long way for a very short question, but hope that helps.
Yeah, it's a really good question. It's something that I think about every time a student wants to talk to me about their college application process. Again, kind of to go back, and I'm kind of stealing Xavier's thunder, but it really is like kind of based on those relationships and really finding your community on campus. I found my community at UD. I grew up 8 minutes away from campus in Dayton, Ohio. I did not want to go to UD as a high school student until I got a financial aid package so good my mom started crying. I kind of fought it for like 4 days before I realized I'm going to UD. I found my campus community very early on. I was a little bit nervous that people were going to know me from my high school and that was not true at all. I love the community that I built at UD, building my relationships. And one thing that we're really making sure that, especially like we're pushing this year, is we don't want students to fit in and be that typical college student. We want students to feel belonging on campus. I really had that great opportunity while I was at UD as a student, in like 6 months, master's graduate as well. So 2-time alum, been here for 7 years now. Loved UD, love my experience, but still wanting to make sure that every student finds the opportunity to belong, not fitting the mold of what a quote unquote flyer should be, but what they can be at UD. And I think that I haven't found anyone on campus yet who hasn't found that opportunity. But we want to make sure that every student has the opportunity. So something that I really find great is our campus community.
So I think for me, and especially at Ohio State, I think the sense of belonging, I think this is a common thing amongst everyone. I received a full scholarship to Ohio State, and this was a school I did not feel that it was obtainable for me. And so as a result of that, and this is why I do this work all the time, that access and diversity is so important to me. And so one of the initiatives that our former president introduced a few years ago was the Scarlet and Gray Advantage. And so affordability is everything. And so the goal is to ensure students who attend Ohio State, they leave Ohio State with little to no debt. And so what we've done is we've solicited a lot of our donors. I mean, we have 600,000 alumni. We gave out a little over $2 million in scholarships this fall to our incoming freshmen. So affordability is huge for us. And I think about the amount of debt I would have been in had I not got the full scholarship to attend Ohio State. So for our students that are out of state, the scholarships are huge. Students who are in state, we have a commitment that every student here in the state of Ohio has a seat here at Ohio State. You can have a seat here because of we're the flagship institution. And then I wouldn't call it a funny, but it's about marriage. If you ever attend Ohio State and you come to the North Oval, at the end of North Oval, the sun shines on you from our Thompson Library. So Thompson Library, and you're with your girlfriend or boyfriend, you're destined to be married. We typically have anywhere to 100 to 150 weddings on campus every year. So we had some great marriages happening at Ohio State, which I think is great. So I wasn't one of them, but I should have gotten to the North Oval when I had a chance.
Dang, maybe I should have went to Ohio State. Might be on that boat. I think for us, it's a lot of what, you know, Kendall and Seth and Kareem are saying is also that sense of belonging on campus. The one thing that I like about hearing from our students on campus is that they really can choose their own adventure with their academics. You know, we have a lot of variety with students that are engineering students as well as anthropology students, students that want to be marine students, but also want to get into film. There's so many spectrums to our students on campus, and we really do let them find that happy medium in all of their interests, whatever they may be. So there is no one cookie cutter version of a Stony Brook Seawolf on campus. We have our students that have so many different passions, so many different interests, so many different curiosities, and we allow them to sort of kind of explore and discover those things. What I like to say to students is, short of setting the campus on fire, let's in a safe and controlled environment. We sort of kind of allow our students to really do explore those things in a number of different ways, and having the ability to have a traditional campus experience, being on a beautiful, you know, residential campus community, but also having New York City in your backyard really does allow a lot of students who want to be in New York but don't want to be in New York that opportunity to do so. They can go to a school that is just far enough away for them to have that space, have that breath, have that time to chill, but then also go into New York whenever they really want to. So I think those are two of the awesome things that we have available on campus.
I'd like to answer the question with a quick story. When I was a student here, I had a friend living in one of the townhouses, one of the senior living spaces. And she wanted to bake a cake for her roommate for her birthday. It was her first time baking the cake and it didn't go well. She burnt the cake, the fire department came and fire alarms went off, you know, so she was embarrassed. Security team asked her what happened. She let them know. And about an hour later, she gets a knock on her door from the security guard who responded to it with a cake from the local grocery store saying, you know, wish your roommate a happy birthday from us as well. Right. And I think that that's a great testament to the kind of people who are here at Lemoyne, thinking about everybody from faculty to staff and the community that we have here on our campus. And along with that community, it is a fantastic place to study with some very fantastic outcomes as well.
All right. I love those. I love all of them. Very cool. Okay. So my last plug that you've already said, but is so important before we exit out of this webinar, is to contact these folks. They are here to help you. Grab their contact information out of the chats. If you're watching this recording, scroll back to find that information. Ask them the questions. They have the answers, or they'll find the answers for you. That is what they're for. Thank you so much to our presenters for taking the time to educate these folks and to help them and guide them through this tough but hopefully fun process of finding the right fit for them. And the folks that are attending and the folks that are watching this recording, good luck to you. We wish you the best of luck. And we hope you do have a good time through this sometimes stressful, but should be fun process. With that said, I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their Saturday and have a good one.